Okay, yes, it's happening. You can't hear it, but the desktop audio is insanely loud for this game. Okay, I'm trying to figure out. I moved. How do I turn off this freaking. Oh my god, navigate! Hello, I spent so long. I moved. I got sick. My camera won't focus. Let's go. Oh my god, thank you for resubscribing. Yeah, I don't know. It's been a while, but I'm very excited to be back. This was honestly mostly just a test to make sure that my new internet can handle it because I had so many issues at my last apartment. But so far, so good. Yeah, I'm gonna play the trolley problem game. I saw Squeaks playing it not that long ago. I was like, this looks really fun. Okay, time to turn on the desktop audio. I'm warning you right now, it's really loud, but I'm gonna fix it. Okay, desktop audio is on. Okay, let's do... There's no volume? Okay, well we're just turning it off then, because it was overpowering me. Okay, thank you. Mic is like a little bit further from me now, because I redid like my desk setup, so... I'm kind of playing with it. I probably could have done a test recording before, but I was feeling antsy. It's gonna be a really short stream. Again. Mostly to see if this worked. Alright, trolley problem. You're deciding who lives and who dies. My favorite kind of game. Alright. Did I do this right? Am I set up correctly? I think I'm set up wrong. We're gonna find out. Okay, one person who will be crushed to death by the trolley if you do pull the lever. 5 people who will be crushed. Oh, fuck. I'm already in it. So I'm gonna pull it. Let's kill one person. Ripperoonie. Jeremy Bentham, the founder of utilitarianism, says the ends always justify the means. And here you made the right decision. Hell yeah. Sparing 5 lives in exchange for 1. I also have central AC now, so I can remain cool while playing video games and talking into a microphone. It's pretty exciting. Okay. Okay. Immanuel Kant, founder of deontology, says, it is murder to pull the lever. You have no duty to intervene. The blood of this person is on your hands. I don't know how I feel. Maybe this game will help me figure out my stance on moral relativism. I think it is your place to intervene, but we'll see if my opinion changes the further into this game I get. Okay. There's 330 of these, so 5 people who will be crushed to death by the trolley if you do pull the lever. 1 person will be crushed to death by the trolley if you don't pull the lever. Okay, so I'm not... Feels like the same situation, but this time I'm not. I'm listening to Kant, and I am not taking fate into my hands. I'm not gonna lie, when it first popped up with the name, I was like, oh, it's about to tell me the life story of the single person that I killed. R.I.P. It would have... Yeah, I know Kant. I get it. Jeremy Bentham says, you saved the lives of 5 people by not pulling the lever. Overall, that one was good. I feel confident. 1 person who will be crushed to death by the trolley if you do pay... Yeah, 5 people, 2 of which are organ donors. 9 lives will be saved if these 5 are killed by the trolley. Okay. So it's killing 1 versus killing 5 but saving 9. So in total, saving 4 people. I don't know this person. I'm not pulling the lever. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe I'll look into that. By killing 5 but saving 9, you led to a net increase of 4 lives. Good work. I don't know how I felt about that one. It felt a little questionable. The professor says, in 2015, a mother in the UK took her child to full term, knowing it would die shortly after birth in order to use its organs to save others' lives. She is a utilitarian hero. The blood is a little crazy. It reminds me weirdly of My Sister's Keeper, if you ever saw that, where the baby essentially was born in order to save the sibling's life, and then they were like, actually, I'm good. I don't want to die. Or go, I think it was just like go through surgeries. Hitler before he took power. Stalin before he took power. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not 100% sure the fatalities that Stalin inflicted. So my gut says Hitler. Okay. Mr. Calculator says cannot compute. Honestly, real and valid. Kant says it is murder to pull the... I know. Murder to pull the lever. We can't really know who is worse than the other, so it's better to stay out of this, lol. I like that Kant is saying lol. Okay. One person who is an organ donor, enough organs will remain intact to save 3 lives if they are killed by the trolley. No one. I'm not gonna just kill someone for organs. We're not there. Like, if someone's gotta die. By killing 1 but saving 3, you would have had a net increase of 2 lives. Instead, you've led to the deaths of those people. Yeah, no shit. I'm allowing it to happen. Professor says one of the easiest things you can do to improve the lives of others is to volunteer. Oh, I'm an organ donor. What was the point of choosing those specific 2 people then? I don't know. I get the moral quandary, but I don't know. I feel like Hitler's effect is much more known than Stalin's, but maybe that's just me. I am an organ donor. I think everyone should be an organ donor. I know there's like weird conspiracy theories that like they don't use your organs for good things, but I'm like, the risk of that feels really low in comparison to the benefit that could come from you. 5 American lumberjacks, 5 American firefighters. Whew. Okay, I'll say, I think the firefighters are gonna save more lives. I think this may not have been the phase that I was in when I not stopped swimming, but like, you know, took a little break. Big into 911 right now, and those firefighters deserve to live. Good choice. Fires don't happen as often as they used to, and firefighters... Oh, I fucked up. I meant to kill the lumberjacks. Okay. Well, Calculator said it was good. Without adequate shelter, we would all die from exposure. I just feel like these specific 5 fire... oh my god, I'm already... These specific 5 lumberjacks would not have provided enough shelter. Okay, anyways. The amount of American firefighters who die on the job annually is roughly 6 per 100,000 as opposed to 92 per 100,000 for American logging workers. This high fatality rate makes logging work the 2nd most dangerous job in the United States. I believe that. Roofers have the 3rd most dangerous job in the United States, losing 47 workers per 100,000 to workplace accidents. They too provide the critical service of keeping a roof over our heads. Wow. That's a bummer. 5 American roofers, 5 American firefighters. Like, I'm so sorry, but I did intend to kill the one. To save the 118. Bad call. Fires don't happen. I know what you want me to say. They like roofers more than firefighters. The American firefighter... Okay, we know this. We've been taught this information. 1 healthy person who will be crushed to death by the trolley if you do pull the lever. 5 cancer patients, each with a 10% chance of survival. I might just let this one go. I might let the cancer patients die. 10%. The rest of their lives would be misery. This way it's fast, you know? I can't say it's painless. Doing the math, you end up with a 60% chance of at least 1 surviving with 1/2 of a person surviving on average. This is against a 100% chance of 1 person surviving. It is not worth the gamble. True. I like that Mr. Calculator likes me. Person who is generally happy almost all the time. Well, I just want to kill them right away. 3 people with an incurable form of chronic depression. You're asking the wrong fucking girl. We're killing the happy person. I know it's gonna be like chronically depressed people want to kill themselves. 1 should always act so as to produce the greatest aggregate happiness among all sentient beings. Unhappy people take away from that aggregate happiness. To be constantly unhappy is a fate worse than death. And you know what, Jeremy Bentham? Okay. I'm medicated, so I'm fine. Professor says, since under utilitarianism, unhappiness is a fate worse than death, this puts a high value on any treatment or quality of life improvements that can alleviate depression. It should not be viewed as though depressed people are not worthy of life. So true, Professor. That one was kind of fucked up. By now you should have a good understanding of what the utilitarian character is determined to be good and a utilitarian decision. You'd like to play it in utilitarian mode. You'll receive a score on whether or not your decision utilitarian. Free play mode. I'm curious about utilitarian mode. I do not think of myself as necessarily a utilitarian person. 5 85-year-old man. 1 16-year-old girl. Look, I feel like I know that the utilitarian answer is to kill the men. And I might agree with them, but mostly because they're about to die, you know? No one lives that much further than 85, and she could have 5 kids. And that's, you know, if everyone here dies at the average age of less than 102, their quality of life is the same, and the grief cost to their families is negligible. Then it is better to pull the lever. The girl will probably get much more happiness from her remaining 70 or so years than these 5 men would get from their remaining 5 or so combined. Okay, I agree. Oh god, a guy who plays guitar at parties, a guy who doesn't thank the bus driver. Oh, 100% it's guitar. I mean, sometimes you want to thank the bus driver. Neither of these behaviors warrants a death with the knowledge. What? Oh, it's playing music. With only the knowledge that at least one of them is going to die, we must choose a survivor based on those attributes alone. Yeah, exactly. I mean, unless you're like requested to play the guitar, and so rarely people are. 28% of the players pulled the lever. All right. I'm in the minority. I think it's obnoxious to play your guitar at parties. But what do I know? I'm just a depressed person. Your mother, who will be killed by the trolley if you pull the lever. Your current future spouse, who will be killed if you do nothing. Look, I can always find love again. I can't find a new mom. Okay, I'm doing nothing. Fuck my spouse. Right? Yeah. She did. He did? Well, I guess they assumed I'm a man / a straight. Well, interested in women. You have a duty to protect your loved ones. Some duties are higher than others. Okay. 48% of the players pulled the lever, 51% did not. Okay, I'm in the majority. A grave robber who has robbed over 100 graves and will continue to rob 100 more before he dies. I don't know why we were suddenly, it felt more personal. A man who spends his weekends going to bars looking for fights to get into. He just feels misunderstood, versus a grave robber feels like a really questionable. I mean, he is robbing dead people. Grave robbing is a victimless crime. You know, Bentham, I don't care. Oh, God. You from the past, you from the future. Oh, that's not oh, no, 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 no! Ooh. Killing yourself in the past would have killed all 3 of you. You know, you didn't explain the mechanics of time travel. 5 reformed murderers this is going too fast. Who never received a punishment for their crime yet spend their days working for charities. An average college student. I'm gonna, you know, I think I'm gonna save the murderers. Because they're reformed. And if you don't think that people can reform, what is the point? The evil and unhappiness caused by the murders is over and done with. True. They only serve to create happiness now. Killing them would not save the lives of the people they killed. Agreed. Where are the stats? I was very interested in the stats. An 8-year-old man, 5 puppies, all with loving families at home. I feel like this might be an unpopular take, but I think I'm gonna kill the puppies. They're not. I don't know. I love puppies, to be clear. I'm not saying puppies should die. I'm just saying an 8-year-old man should also not die. This man is near the end of his expected lifespan. It's, thank you for validating me. It's unlikely he has enough remaining time to experience it to outweigh the potential happiness of the dogs. But, like, what if there's so many dogs without loving families? Not to, like, you can't name what dogs are on the trolley, but, like, or the track. 5 kittens with loving families. Oh, we're pulling the lever. I'm a dog girl, even though it may not seem like it when I murdered them so recently. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm getting a streak of utilitarianism. I missed that. Humans and dogs have co-evolved. The amount of happiness a dog can experience in the presence of a human has developed to a greater extent than cats. Okay. Oh my god. Your mother, your father. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. My dad's older. Averting gaze. This is a bit of a bummer. R.I.P. Dad. Sorry, Scott. Oof, that's a tough one. I think that the 28% pulled the... Ooh. People are targeting their fathers. I think that when it's first person, it doesn't affect the streak. I might be wrong. No, I'm wrong. 3 humanities majors, 3 STEM majors. Oh, Jesus Christ. Why is that 100? Oh, okay. I mean, I'm a humanities major, / I went to art school. I feel like I'll say it. Oh, professor died. Humanities majors are actually very important. There are many lucrative jobs available to humanities majors, such as being a professor or being a professor. Wait, did you pull the lever? Dude, no. Blah, blah, blah. Mr. Calculator says, humanities majors can potentially contribute far more to society than STEM majors, but probably not. Okay. That one's real. An elephant poacher who is the only source of income for a family of 5. He kills about 50 elephants every year. Look, I'll say I don't think poachers are obviously bad, but it's the people who buy things from the poachers, the people who are poaching. No, yeah, this is what I want. Are often in that position. The amount of happiness this man will rob from the elephants is greater than the strife that would have been inflicted on his family. But again, it's an elephant. I feel like you're asking me, what is this number? 100 people, you. Oh, that's not even a question. Bye, guys. I'm out. Pulling the lever is suicide. This decision is not a duty of yours. Herder. You should have just let the other people die. Herder. Okay, Kant. Fuck you. And you know what? You're about to get a real glimpse into this. Bye. 0 people. You. Good and honorable choice. You understand that your life is not worth more than 10 of the average person's. True. Come at me, baby. Hey. Good and honorable choice. Thank you so much. A random person, your favorite pet. I'm gonna let my favorite pet die. I'm realizing I think I do value human life more than an animal's, which I think is normal. The life of a pet is not more valuable than a regular person's, even if it has a special relationship to you. That's true. 55% of the players pulled the lever. Oh, wow. Most people chose to kill. Is it, so like, is 93, is that higher difficulty? Let's see, so this is 91. You or your favorite pet? Bye! Don't put me in that position because you're gonna get the same answer every time. No! Are you okay? Someone called 911. Shorty fire burning up the dance floor. Assuming you outlive your pet and you create more happiness than your dog does, that's debatable. Your life is more valuable. It is not selfish to pull the lever. 53% of the players pulled the lever, 46 did not. Okay. Alright, so this is 105, so it's not out of 100. Jeremy Bentham, Immanuel Kant. I'm not gonna lie, I think Kant is kind of... Oh wait, no. Okay, I keep doing that. I keep doing the wrong one. Fuck that guy. True. Every citizen of Iceland, all the direct descendants of Genghis Khan. I know that there are like a bajillion descendants of Genghis Khan, and I also know that there's not that many people living in Iceland. Maybe. So I'm on 26 out of 330. Okay, I'm gonna see what this is. What is the number? The trolley problem came. What is the number? What is the number? Whatever. Whatever. I don't care. 10 random years of your memory, 3 years of your lifespan. I like to think that things are getting better. I'll lose a few years. We don't often think about how much of who we are is how much we remember. I guess. 29% of the players. Okay. Well, apparently people want to remember. An American man who is usually rude to waitstaff at restaurants but tips well. An American man who is very polite and gracious but to waitstaff at restaurants but never tips. I feel like this is the New York versus Midwest argument, and I will always say a rude person who has like, oh, no, I keep fucking doing I keep killing the wrong one. Well, anyways, and see, this is 357 out of 330. What does it mean? I think it's more important to have actions that match your values than it is to present yourself in a certain way. And that's what I think about that. I meant to be in this group, but I ended up in that group by mistake. Okay. A vegan, a meat-eating American lumberjack. I feel like we've established that lumberjacks are actually quite important to the economy. No, stop! Oh my god. Fuck me. I need to recenter. Because I keep accidentally killing the wrong person. What? How did I kill both of them? Is that what the exclamation point does? And you know what? We're gonna move past that one. A vegan, a gametarian, a hunter who only eats vegetables and the meat of the game that he kills. Okay. I mean, that's fine. I guess. I don't know. Although less important than humans and animals. Okay, fuck you. If their populations aren't culled properly by hunters, populations only return to an equilibrium after many die from starvation. A hunter provides. Oh. Okay. I'm not keeping track of the streak at all. All mosquitoes in the world, all murderers in the world. My heart says mosquito. Oh. Let's test this theory. I want them both to die. Yes. Bye. Nice. An estimated 500,000 people are killed. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Malaria alone kills 1 million people every year. Biologists estimate that the elimination of mosquitoes will not... Really? Also, mosquitoes bother a lot of people. Okay. I'm allergic to mosquito bites, so if the trolley crosses this path, all discarded straws in the ocean will cease to exist. That's huge. Oh, you're probably right. If the trolley crosses this path, all discarded fishing nets in the ocean will cease to exist. I think they want liberal brain to see straws and think it's that, but I think fishing nets are the bigger problem. And we're about to find out if that's correct. Nets are good? No, they're not. Novocaine. Boom. Showed you. Okay. We did it. I saved fish. A cloning machine which would allow would-be parents to clone a newborn that seems horrible. Nothing. I'm gonna kill the machine. Right? No! Cloning machines do not... I think that they do. I think that they do. It's okay, Novocaine. I forgive you. Allow for the creation of new life. Only 13%. Cloning, I feel like it opens the door to a world that we don't want to enter. Okay. A random tourist currently visiting France. The original Mona Lisa painting. All copies will remain intact. It's a painting. We get the idea. It's been around long enough. The Mona Lisa surely has had enormous cultural and artistic value, but none of that lies within the physical brushstrokes on parchment. The idea of Mona Lisa will remain, despite being a priceless artwork. It has little utilitarian value. Excuse me. 30-year-old guy who harasses women when they aren't interested in him on dating apps. A 30-year-old guy who scams kids out of their items on RuneScape. Alright, they're both going down. Bye! The world is only better off without them if they're robbing others of large amounts of happiness. Are you saying that they're not? What percentage of people killed everyone? Because that one's me. 10 men. All access to pornography in the United States. I think that one, not because I think pornography itself is necessarily bad, but I think okay, cool. That is good to know. I think that it creates a lot of room for people to be, what's the right word? Like, not taken advantage of, but like put into terrible situations. I wouldn't have done that. Studies have shown that men without an outlet for their sexual desires become much more violent and aggressive. Okay, I'm more worried about the people in the pornography. I don't care if people, I don't know. Ethically created pornography is fine. A crate of money you just found. A little girl and a crate of money you just found. Well, I'm not gonna kill a little girl if I get money either way. This is a recreation of the moral choice system of the original Bioshock. What? Okay. Mr. Calculator, the professor. I think the calculator's more annoying. I'll let the professor live, because I did destroy the humanities. The professor liked that. That's my man. The game of pachinko will be wiped from the earth if the trolley crosses this path. The entire Japanese fishing and forestry industries. So sorry, pachinko. This one feels fairly obvious. Whoops, you just destroyed 4% of Japan's GDP and 0.3% of the entire world's GDP. Not to mention 14% of all anime, which is used to make animations within the machines. Fishing and forestry in Japan only account for... Okay. While fishing and forestry have a tiny overall impact on the environment, the Japanese fishing industry is responsible for the endangerment of whales. Alright. And you know I learned something new there. A Scottish child who will live his entire life in East Glasgow, UK. A Haitian child. Why are we not specifying where they will live? I don't... How would you know that? Exactly. I don't want to kill a child. I might just let this one go and do the... that felt bad. I would have pulled the lever. The average life expectancy for Haitians is 61 years. People in East Glasgow only live 54 years? Okay. 1 cow to be raised on a typical American factory farm. 200 chickens to be raised on a typical American factory farm. To be honest, I'm gonna kill the chickens just to get them the fuck out of there. It seems like a miserable existence. Good call. These chickens are raised on a typical American factory farm, are in a constant state of suffering. Thanks, Mr. Calculator. Cows and chickens have similar levels of attention, but only 1 cow provides as many calories as the roughly 200 chickens. There is therefore roughly 200 times more suffering required to create food from chicken than from beef. Everyone is making an important moral decision when they decide to choose between a beef or chicken quesadilla. So by this game's logic, I guess it's more ethical to have a hamburger than chicken nuggies? Which is a bummer. Oh my god, wait. Oh wait, no, I have to finish. Okay. A random person's Stradivarius violin, a 17th century violin. I know what that is. A random person from a developing country. I'm gonna destroy the violin. Yeah, now that I've killed 200 of the chickens. Okay. I just don't agree with that. I don't care if a violin sounds good. I'm Googling, this really made me think of the McDonald's video game. I don't know. It does exist. I'm not about to play it on crazy games, but I do wonder if it's on Steam. I don't know. Did anyone else ever play this? No, it's not on Steam. You're running a McDonald's corporation. Oh, do I play this? Oh, I can download it. Am I gonna get a virus? I kind of don't care. If my computer crashes, We all know what happened.
Quality, service, cleanliness.
Oh my god. Okay, well, I know what I'm playing next. I just got very distracted by that. Too late. I already did it, and now I probably have a virus, but I just got a pop-up from Malwarebytes. Improve your protection. Well, it's a risk worth taking. Again, fuck the violin. All manga, all anime. I think anime is slightly more useful. Run it through virus total first. Well, too late. I already opened it. Anime, thank you. I agree. 50% of the players pulled the lever. Okay. What about that 1%? 5 people who might donate blood once or twice in their entire lifetime. A regular blood donor who has been responsible for saving dozens of lives and will save dozens more. I think I'm gonna go with the regular blood donor. I was a regular blood donor, and I had like an appointment set up for like 2 weekends ago to go donate blood, and then I realized they don't want my blood anymore because I have an autoimmune disease. And they're like, no, don't donate unless it's like deeply under control and your doctor approves it, and mine is deeply not under control. So the impacts are fast. You've saved dozens of lives. Oh my god, thank you. If the trolley crosses this path, the 1918 flu pandemic won't happen. If the trolley crosses this path, World War I won't happen. I don't know. I think World War I kind of led to World War II, so I might try to avoid that. We'll see. I feel like this was the wrong choice. Significantly more people, but World War I and the mobilization of troops did a lot to help spread it. Fun fact, research on the flu pandemic led to the discovery of DNA, the discovery of penicillin, and was the main reason for the wealth gain of Frederick Trump. Okay, so I think I made the right choice. A waitress, 4 random people, and a manual condoms. Like, fine. I'll save Kant this time. She did. Pulling the lever's murder. No, I'm not thankful at all. You just murdered that person. I'm calling the police. Okay. 6 androids who act exactly like human beings but possess no real consciousness and cannot reproduce. A human street sweeper operator. Like, why would I? No offense to the androids, but these androids cannot feel happiness, or lives are worthless besides what joy they bring other people, and it's likely not more than what Mr. Sweet Sweeper provides. 5 dogs loved by their families. A service dog for a blind person. Why do I have to kill so many dogs? What if one of the people in these families is blind? You know, we don't know. We don't know. We don't know. Sorry. Okay. 30 terrorist fighters, 1 journalist. No one. I'll say it. Terrorists are bad. I'm gonna go with no one. I just don't know the impact that they have on the world. You'd make a horrible drone pilot. Yeah, and you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being a horrible drone pilot. Every Lone Star TikTok. I was thinking 911 Lone Star TikToks. Oh, okay. No one. I'm gonna kill the ticks. Not the TikToks, because we gotta keep the 911 TikToks. The ideal for as many Lone Star biggest contributors of suffering in the world. The meat industry is one of the biggest contributors to climate change. Okay. I mean. Okay. Everyone living in the southern hemisphere, everyone living in the northern hemisphere. I'm trying to think. I mean, I'm in the northern hemisphere, so I feel like I gotta save myself, you know? The streak of 9. You are, I promise you, you were the only person paying attention to the streak. Good call, 88%. Oh, cool, okay. A jumpy police officer that got scared and accidentally killed a civilian. A 16-year-old kid who made a fake 911 call to SWAT a gaming streamer he didn't like, which ended up getting them killed by the man on the top track. He's an adult. He shouldn't be scared. He's an adult. 36% of the players pulled the lever, 63% did not. A 16-year-old kid, still a kid. I don't know. He has room to grow. A woman who always backs into the parking spots even if they're blocking someone's way. Okay, no. Man who only uses his turn signal about half the time. I hate the man as well, but we're not blocking people's way. I know turn signal you're gonna kill. Hundreds of thousands are killed in car accidents every year worldwide. It's the leading cause of death of Americans aged 15 and 24. But like when someone blocks your parking spot, it's really annoying. 29. Okay, so most people realized the impact of that. A random short man, 5 feet 2 inches, somewhere in the world. A random tall man. Oh, I know the answer to this. You're gonna kill the tall man because they die faster. As a tallie. Oh no, taller men are viewed as more attractive have higher incomes. Since this is a random person from anywhere in the world, the shorter man has a higher likelihood of being malnourished and having a lower quality of life. Are we not going to talk about the fact that they die faster? Your ability to eat chocolate ever again. An African child? Why is this a question? Fuck chocolate. Most chocolate Western consumers originates from child slave labor on cocoa farms in Africa. The demand directly contributes to the harm of children. Okay. 100 rats in the lab being injected with small amounts of heroin until they die. No one. Okay. Hot take. I'm gonna say no one because I feel like this is gonna be for some weird science experiment that is gonna solve the world's problems. I don't know. Let's see. Let's find out. Jeremy Bentham said, good choice. These rats will experience happiness and bliss for the rest of their lives. I wish we had more. Okay, a little 50-50. All right. Your free will, your capacity for happiness. I think it is our free will is what makes us human. And let me tell you, capacity for happiness is low. A life with no happiness is not worth living, but it's not a life if you can't pick it. I mean, argue we don't have free will in the first place. And you know what? That might be true. But once you know that you don't have free will, then you really don't have free will. A U.S. truck driver, age 40. An Iraq war veteran, age 40. Look, I come from a family of veterans. I'm gonna let the veteran die. I think that's what they would want as a veteran, to save an innocent. I don't think they would want to be saved at the expense of someone else. That's my hot take. The Iraq War didn't bring stability to the region. Oh no, this is not going a good way. Nor decrease the use of terrorism as a tactic, it only increased it. Truck drivers are responsible for bringing you almost everything you own and everything you need to survive. Even if there's some positive utility provided by an Iraq veteran to Americans, it will be negative towards those in Iraq. I mean, sure. Excuse me. A man who fires 3 bullets from a handgun into the air of a suburban community every 4th of July. A passenger who refuses to wear a seatbelt whenever she is a passenger in a... No. Fuck her. She did. I hate that shit. In addition to reckless disregard for their own life, the passenger that doesn't wear the seatbelt is a bigger threat to the well-being of others. Drivers and passengers are often crushed to death by other passengers that don't wear their seatbelt in car accidents. 5 million car accidents happen annually in the US alone. On the contrary, only a handful of people are killed annually by randomly firing a bullet into the air. But it's not zero. A murderer slated for execution by trolley. Okay, tempting. An exact clone of the man with all the same memories who believes he is the original. Like... He's not the original. He didn't sign up. He didn't get slated for execution by trolley. Is there anything functionally different? I guess I could have killed both of them. A man on top is merely a different vessel. He's not the murderer, but only killing one would be the equivalent of letting a murderer off with no consequences. Okay, fuck you. Okay, that's annoying. Your daughter, a billion people. Joke's on you. I don't have it. Oh, no, pull. Oh, fuck. I almost killed a billion people. We good. I know. This is a recreation of the ethical dilemma at the end of The Last of Us, where that fucking dumbass Joel dooms humanity by saving his surrogate daughter, who could have been sacrificed to save the world from a deadly disease. I know that's right. Mao before he took power. Stalin before he took power. I let Stalin live last time. So he's going. Modern estimates for the amount of surplus death under Stalin ranges between 3 million to 20 million. Okay, well, now I have a number. Significantly less than Mao's 45 million. Okay. Someone who intentionally blinded a rapist, not the person on the bottom track. Someone who raped someone who intentionally blinded someone. Oh. Top person is making it out. Fuck that. That's not even a question. 25% of the players pulled the lever. I don't know. I don't want to associate with those 25% people. Two brothers from the same family. They share a sister and two parents. Two female twins, each from separate pairs. Each set has two parents. So it's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Just by numbers alone. Twins who lose their twin describe the loss as traumatic, worse than losing a normal brother or sister. We should spare the highest amount of trauma. And also just more people would be sad. An average person, 5 heroin addicts, each with a 25% chance of getting clean, otherwise dying shortly after this predicament. I also come from a family of addicts, and it is rough, but I do think if they only have a 25% chance. On average in this situation, 1.25 heroin addicts will survive their addiction. Oh, and that's my bad. I feel like that's, other than the ones where I accidentally clicked, that's the first one I might regret. I'm gonna kill myself. Goodbye, cruel world. I don't really know you, dude, but that takes a lot of courage. 47% of the players pulled the lever, 52% did not. The trolley crosses this track, this 25-year-old man will die. If the trolley crosses this track, the man will have been wiped from... Oh my god, this is just like Spider-Man. He will not be killed. He will simply not be born. I'm gonna go with this one, right? Because then no one's gonna be sad? No one will be sad. It is better to have lived and died than to have never lived at all. Okay. It is murder to pull the lever. You're kind of a broken record. A pregnant 45-year-old woman, a pregnant 30-year-old woman who's impregnated consensually by her brother. And I know we're gonna talk about fucking geriatric pregnancy or something, but I don't know. The risk of a birth defect that would lower the quality of life in her child on the bottom track is 40%. The risk of the woman on the top track is 7%. Additionally, incest is gross, but it doesn't cause harm to anyone. Except for their unborn child. 30,000 people. The ability of everyone in the United States to drive their own cars for a year will be removed. If the trolley crosses this path, work vehicles, public transport, and autonomous cars are okay. Oh, I know what they're trying to do, and I'll let them do it. 30,000 people die a year from car accidents in the US, mostly due to a driver's mistake. There you go. 29% of the players pulled the lever, 70% did not. Okay. A pregnant 45-year-old woman, a pregnant 22-year-old. Why? Why is incest this much of a factor? I have slightly more patience for this, but not much. Risk of a birth defect is lower. How gross incest is has no weight here. Well, I don't know. Your hearing or your sight? Ooh. I think sight. I love music. Cannot compute. Okay. 36% of the players. Oh, interesting. So a lot of people said sight. You or your mother? This is not even a, like, give me a hard one. I don't really know. Okay, whatever. Vladimir Putin of Russia, Kim Jong-un of North Korea. I will say the man keeps to himself. As of right now. Putin does not. Putin just seems like a larger issue for the world. Oh, I should have killed both of them. I keep forgetting that that's an option. Okay, if Kim Jong-un is killed, he will be replaced by sisters, more authoritarian. Sure. Every wedding ring in your family. A random person from Colombia, Africa has a 95% chance of surviving an encounter with this vehicle. No? I don't care. They're rings. Everyone can deal with it. Okay, but it's saying that, like, okay, well, you're not using blood diamonds. In my view of this, it was more that the rings would just disappear. Whatever. A burglar on the way to your house who will steal roughly half of all physical possessions you own. After this score, he'll never steal again and will live a normal life. I mean, you can have it. It's okay. I don't have that much stuff. A man's life is worth more than half of what you own, even if he is a thief. Ooh, 50-50. Interessant. A man aware there's someone on the bottom track subject to the same predicament. A man unaware there's someone on the top track subject to the same predicament. What is better? Because if he, well, so I want him to live, because then he'll never know that someone else had to die for him to live. You saved a man's life and saved him from survivor's guilt, PTSD, which will cause a significant reduction in quality of life. 5 people versus 3 women and their 3 newborns. Why are you already down? I think, yeah, the newborns matter. I know they might die a little bit more easily. Everyone else here is an adult. The babies have an extra 20 years of consciousness and happiness to have that. Okay. So I was right. Pulling the lever is murder. Can't. Enough. The Great Wall of China, the Great Pyramids of Giza. I don't know. This, I think, was built as an act of defense, so I'm tempted to get rid of the pyramids. Excuse me, which I think are tubes? Great Wall is defense. Yeah, okay. I'll let them keep it. Oh, God. I did not understand that. Oh. I don't give any explanation here. An alchemist who's created a love potion. The alchemist will spread the drink of a woman he loves, but whom hates him, with the potion. The potion will put her under a spell where she will be permanently madly in love with him and in a state of bliss. Yeah, fuck that. No, no. Oh, yeah. No. It's not consensual. Baby Alfred Baby Elvis Presley. Oh, Elvis Presley. That's not a question. I feel like the game is glitching. I'm not getting the correct things. 50% of the players pulled the lever. 5 brainwashed child soldiers who will go on to kill. Okay, but they're being gunned down. An average American police officer responsible for the death of a mentally ill man who charged at her unarmed. They will not face any consequences. Goodbye. Goodbye. Sorry, Jeremy. 5 billionaires, 5 homeless men. Oh, what's happening? think my game might have just crashed. Or it's the McDonald's game absolutely wrecking my computer. Yeah, it crashed. Okay, let's try loading it up again. It would be pretty funny if the McDonald's game destroyed my life. Okay. Continue. Okay. Commentary text. Baby Charles Darwin, baby Galileo. I'm gonna go with Darwin, because he kind of started the eugenics thing, right? Okay. 48% pulled the lever. Okay. Your immediate family, their immediate families. Joke's on you. That's about 100 people. No, 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 no! This keeps happening. But my family is like 100 people. My mom had 8 siblings, and they all had kids. And then my dad had 5 siblings, and they all had kids. There are like at least 50 to 60 of us. Okay, whatever. Your sight and hearing, your ability to use your arms. I just think prosthetics have come a long way. I'm willing to lose the arms and legs. Cannot compute. Okay, then why are you asking if you can't compute? The University of Oxford and Libraries of Oxford in mid-20th century. The Royal Library, oh. Mostly out of curiosity, I would love to see the Royal Library of Alexandria. I know this is probably the wrong answer, but I don't really care. Oh! Hitler still sucks though. Hard to tell if it would be better to pull the lever or not. I just thought it was a neat fact. Okay. A man who would go on to end world hunger. A woman who would go on to cure all forms of cancer. Sorry, I don't know why I'm chugging water. I would rather not kill either of them. World hunger is mostly a distribution problem. If this person is responsible for ending world hunger, they're responsible for ending military conflict and modernizing infrastructure around the world. Okay, fine. I'm sorry. I just don't like cancer. Oh no, not one of these. A pregnant 45-year-old woman. We keep getting slightly further away. And you know what? I'll let this one slide. I'll let it slide. You still should not be getting pregnant by your second cousin. My only time limit tonight is that I simply must be done in time for me to watch the new Love Island and go to bed at a normal time. So we got about 20 minutes left. All hot coffee, all iced coffee. Well, you can't really have ice. Well, look, I'm an iced coffee girly, but I feel like if I have hot coffee, I could make iced coffee. And I don't know if that's the question that they've come up with. Goodbye. Yeah. Honestly, the people who wanted iced coffee could just pour their hot coffee over ice, and people who wanted hot coffee could just put it in the microwave. Also true. 1,000 people, you. I feel like you think this is harder than it is. Goodbye. Herder. One future murderer will kill 4 people 15 years from now if allowed to live. 4 pedophiles responsible for the assault of 15 children who will go on to... I'm gonna kill the pedophiles. Okay. Look, if you can't come up with an answer, it is... I know. A jumpy police officer that got scared and accidentally killed... Okay, so I already did this one. And again, I'm gonna kill the jumpy police officer. Because that is a child, no matter how fucking stupid it is. Still a child. Why is everyone... Okay. I did know. All guns in the United States, all straws. Bye! Rest in peace. 10 streak. Oh! We got another one. 56%. Okay. Good. Good answer. Everyone else. Oh, that's tough. I really liked both of these. I think my 11th grade history teacher was Mr. Cooper, and he was really hot. 11th grade English teacher. They didn't stand out. It might have been the annoying guy, who I will not say. I guess it's... okay. I did base it on the fact that Mr. Cooper was hot. A random person, 1,000 trees. Bye, trees. I know this might kill people in the long run, but I'll allow it. A human breathes the amount of oxygen 7 to 8 trees produce. 25% of oxygen in the atmosphere comes from trees. The rest comes from mostly phytoplankton. Okay. All works by George R.R. Martin. All works by J.R.R. Tolkien. I just like Lord of the Rings more. I don't know. Ooh. 57% pulled the lever. 100 people you're meeting again. Is this my time to redeem myself? But then I'm gonna lose my streak. Oh, I already lost my streak. Okay. So now I am killing 100 people because again, I have 100 immediate family members. Ten rats, 10 bees, or 100 bees. Oh, well, I lost it. Goodbye. I'm gonna kill... bees are endangered, so I'll protect these ones. Not all lives are equal. Bees have a limited degree of consciousness. Rats have a higher capacity for happiness. I don't really care. Like, I know I should. 3 CIA torturers torturing 3 suspected terrorists collective a 70% chance of knowing the secret code that would stop the trolley from crushing the people on the bottom track. The secret code will have no effect if the trolley is diverted. They are commanded by their superior to do torture, but are aware it is against CIA standards. 10 innocent civilians. I mean, we gotta give them a shot. Right? But I'm back at 0. I think I got it to 0 by killing 100 people. Oh, I don't think they did it. I don't think they got the code. A lesbian with HIV. A man with Ebola? I mean... what? I feel like Ebola is more contagious. HIV is very contagious, but only if you have sexual contact and are not protected. Or not necessarily just sexual. You know what I mean, though. Like bodily fluids. Ebola, I feel like, is not that. We'll find out. It's almost impossible for lesbians to transmit HIV. Really? I didn't know that. Oh god. An American roofer and a lumberjack. I'm gonna kill the veterans because they're not actively doing something. And the roofer and the lumberjack are actively helping people. You know? The chance of being killed by a terrorist attack is less than that of being killed by lightning, and the wars in the Middle East have done little to none to stem terrorist attacks worldwide. Okay. With millions killed and displaced in Middle Eastern wars, the safety provided by the wars there would need to have prevented several hundred terrorist attacks equivalent to 9/11 for the amount of death and suffering caused to be worth it. 100% agree. But that doesn't mean that the 2 Iraq war veterans do not deserve to live. 5 murderers who have killed one person each, and will collectively kill 10 more if left alive. An ousted genocidal dictator with a 1%. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thanks, Jeremy. A man with 0.001% chance of becoming a murderer. A man with 0% chance of becoming a murderer. Well, that seems like an obvious choice. I'm so sorry. I would like to not kill either of you. Nothing is negligible. Okay. If the trolley crosses his path, all debt for 10 random millennials, oh my god, me? Will disappear. Their credit will be unaffected. If the trolley crosses his path, the lifespan for 10 random millennials will increase by 5 years. Look, by the time we're to the point of death, the world's gonna be shit. Let's let people spend their money. This is not your decision to make, okay? Then why give it to me? 2 for a window washer. Look. Look. Hot take, I'm gonna kill the window washer. Furries could also be window washers. They live among us. You might never know. And, you know, there are more furries in my life than I'm personally comfortable with. But that's just that's part of being alive currently in this world. If it makes people happy. The furries aren't less worthy of life just because they have a weird hobby. Yep. Wow, so many people killed the furries. Poor furries. Look. A woman on the way to burn down your home and vehicle in order to protest a political cause that you actually agree with. Any occupants will be unharmed. Insurance will not compensate you for any losses. It feels like a misunderstanding, and I don't want to kill her for a misunderstanding. Again, my belongings, yeah, a woman's life is worth more than your property. Look, I'm not a fan of what she's doing, but Baby Hitler, no one. You know what? Again, I think I'm gonna get in trouble by the game, but just kidding. Jeremy Bentham liked it. Okay, 2 sisters from the same family. They share a brother and 2 parents. 2 male twins. Okay, so I already did this one too. Excuse me. I'll do the same thing. Just less people to contend with. A baby who would grow up to be Captain Ben Solomon, a medic during World War II, who sacrificed himself to hold off enemy soldiers to save dozens of his injured comrades. The egg that would hatch into the World War II messenger Cherami, who's directly responsible for delivering critical information. Look, I'll say if Cherami can do it, why not another bird? Versus Ben Solomon sounds like a pretty unique fella. I'm gonna let Ben live, and I'm gonna kill the bird. Can't we just train another bird? Their actions that resulted in 100 more human lives tips the scales by far. Okay. Okay. Your ability to meet 7,000 random animals. Oh, yeah. I don't care. I like meat, but like... I think they're about to say, well, if you stopped eating meat, you would save 7,000 animals. Yeah, beef products and the greenhouse gas products are required to produce them are the leading cause of climate change. Well, what are you gonna do? Your favorite pet? A child. It reminds me of that meme that's like, what's worse than a rapist? A child. Okay, so sorry, Piper. You're going to hell. No, not to hell. I don't know. The life of, yeah, I know. A homophobe, a racist. Goodbye. They're both dying. I know, yeah, I was gonna say, I know he's gonna be mad, and I should have just... Ancient Athens, ancient Sparta. I don't know. I'm not gonna pick. I'll let fate run its course. The world would be much better off had Athens succeeded over Sparta. Okay. Athens gained their power primarily from creating positive trading relationships, while Sparta gained their power primarily from conquest and slavery. Okay. Oh god. A viral TikToker who is about to make a challenge video that will get 20 children killed. They have no ill intent. No one. gonna kill the TikToker. I don't care if they have no ill intent. Yeah, exactly. A person that will be responsible for 20 deaths should be prevented from doing so. Thank you, Jeremy. Me and Jeremy are kind of more on the same page than we were before. Henrietta Lex, the greatest organ donor of all time. Whoa, what? How do you become the greatest organ donor of all time? Will be erased from existence if the trolley crosses his path. 5 organ donors will be well, the thing is, I just don't know what greatest organ donor means. Like, in my mind, it can't be more organs than 5 people. She has okay, well, this feels like important information. She has immortal cells that reproduce indefinitely in a petri dish, have been used extensively in medical research, resulting in over 11,000 medical patient patents for more than 20 tons of her cells being farmed. Her HeLa cells caused a revolution. Okay, you know, I agree now. I just didn't know who she was. Goodbye, Piper. Piper did. I feel like we've established this many times. A person who is generally happy. Oh God. 3 people with manic depression. They cycle between intense happiness and intense sadness. Their highs are twice as high as their lows, and their highs are about half as high as the person on the top track's highs. That's not what that is. Fuck that. I will say, this game does not seem to like mentally ill people. No, if the 3 person's highs are half as high as the person's on the top track, they would have had happiness equal to 1.5 to the top track. No. No. That's fucking dumb. A poacher who's killed over 100 elephants. Serial killer who's killed 3 people and will kill 2 more if he's allowed to live. I mean, I'm gonna go with the poacher, I guess. I don't want either of you doing anything. Well, okay. I actually misclicked, I think. I know. Okay, I know. Someone who has multiple DUIs and has caused some minor accidents but hasn't killed anyone yet and will continue to drive drunk. Okay, but maybe will kill someone? Someone who's acquitted of manslaughter while driving drunk and will never drive drunk again. This just leaves the door open to killing someone. So I'm gonna let this guy sit with his guilt. Killing the person who has caused past harm won't undo the past harm done. Killing the man at risk for future harm will prevent future suffering. True. A lazy engineer who lost his job because his negligent design led to the deaths of 100 people. He learned nothing from his mistake and has a 50% chance of getting another design job. Okay. A serial killer who's in prison for life for killing 5 people. The prison security is poor and he has a 50% chance of escape. I mean, it's just like, you know, they both can die. I was gonna let the serial killer live and then I realized, no. A prisoner with a life sentence that has very low quality of life within solitary confinement. He was credibly found guilty of murdering several people. He's attempted suicide many times and would rather be dead. Let him be dead then. There is no reason to prolong this man's suffering. Okay. With that beautiful thingamajig, I'm gonna call it for today. This was always gonna be super short. I just kind of, again, wanted to test that it's working, and it is working. Outer Wild stream incoming. I want to play it so bad. I haven't even played it even a little bit, mostly because I've been busy, but also because I'm using it as motivation to get back into streaming. So let's see if anyone else is playing this silly game. No. But Amchun is playing. We've raided her before. We'll raid her. Have a good night. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be moved and settled. Thanks for hanging out. And yeah, I will see you soon. Goodbye. Starting the raid. And I always do that. I'm like, goodbye, and then it's 10 seconds left. We're going. Oh, we're going. Oh, we're raiding. Goodbye. Hooray.
Is it just on
The game is over.